One of the things I am most proud about of the last 15 years, frankly, is the people, the incredible talent that we've been able to nurture, that we've been able to attract. For example, we brought in fabulous market leaders. David Fisher has been with us for a number of years now. Meryl April, who joined us a few years ago and who has been incredible. And most recently, Emma Bartlett, who joined us and has been transformational already. They are phenomenal. And then there are the rising stars, people who we've brought in that we've identified have just fabulous potential. Beth Hale, Zulon Begum, and Sarah Chilton, and all of them are just incredible talents.
One of my highlights from being at CM Murray is our involvement in 2 huge Court of Appeal cases involving whistleblowing. We were acting for the interveners, public concern at work, who are now Protect. And it was just so exciting to be involved in such a landmark case. You can imagine walking into court, all of the bigwig lawyers, the judges. I mean, it's not the sort of thing you get to do every day, but it's the sort of thing we get to do at CM Murray.
Thinking through my highlights at my time at CM Murray has been a really nice experience, but also really difficult to pick just one. But if I really had to pick out what I've particularly enjoyed, particularly over the last year, it might just have to be those 20-second bursts where I get to pretend for just a very short space of time that my real career ambition of being a BBC newsreader has actually come true. Over the last year in particular, speaking about issues related to COVID and to really try and drive the conversation around really important things like sick pay and workers' rights during that time.
One of my proudest moments at CM Murray was representing an individual who's very senior to a major private equity house. He wanted to move roles to a fantastic new opportunity, but if he wanted to do so, it looked like his employer was going to take almost all of his equity awards that he built up over many years of service. In the circumstances, it was a real David and Goliath situation. We were able to identify the core weaknesses in the other side's case, and by doing so, negotiate a fantastic settlement for our client. I was absolutely elated the moment we got that settlement agreement signed, and thrilled for the client and the future he now has ahead of him.
So one of my personal highlights since I joined CM Murray is that I've been elected to the Management Committee of the Employment Lawyers Association. One of the things I'm most proud of as part of that is that I sit on the Pastoral Care Subcommittee, and particularly at this time during the pandemic, when everything's pretty difficult for everybody, it's been a real pleasure to work with really amazing members of the employment law profession to look at how we can support employment lawyers through this time, how we can support them from a pastoral perspective, so looking after mental health, providing training on mental well-being and resilience, and also thinking about how they can continue to supervise and support their staff at this time.
So we act for some of the biggest law firms in the world, and a real highlight for me since joining CM Murray was acting for a global law firm in relation to a complex, really nuanced internal investigation involving a senior ranking individual. So I remember when we were really, really close to settling. I mean, we were really far apart when we started off in the mediation in terms of where both sides were at. Once it was signed, it was just a relief, really, and a feeling of, we've really achieved this, and it's been going on for a year. Being one of the first big cases I was involved in since joining the firm, I really grew as a junior lawyer, and I was presented with responsibilities that I really didn't think that I would be given this early on in my career.
I'd only been at the firm for a few months, and we were dealing with an injunction case in the High Court, so it was quite a high profile matter for us. And there was just this one moment I can remember when I just looked up in the courtroom and just saw Claire sitting alongside me, and just thinking, this is fantastic. We're doing this together. We've known each other so long. We've been such good friends for many, many years. But finally to be working together at this firm that Claire had set up was just a really special moment.
I remember really clearly the Association of Partnership Practitioners dinner. Claire and I were sharing the top table. I'd just been appointed as the first female chair, which was a pretty exciting moment, and Claire was there as keynote speaker. CM Murray were the sponsor of the event, and I remember just sort of taking a moment and thinking about what a lovely, sort of special moment it was. It was a great moment for the APP, it was a great moment for CM Murray, but
it was a really lovely moment for the friendship that I really enjoy with Claire.
A personal highlight for me of working with CM Murray is the generosity of everyone in the firm with their time and their willingness to provide training and pro bono work for the benefit of others. This is a major commitment and a really refreshing approach, given the firm is number one in its market sector and the best in class in partnership and employment law.
One of the real highlights for me was actually last year, just after the first lockdown came in. And one of our key clients who we'd been helping with a major constitutional review had their partner meeting during lockdown, and that resulted in near unanimous approval of quite extensive changes to their partnership agreement. And that felt like a real achievement for both the client and for us, because it was the result of nearly 18 months of really hard work and collaboration between us and the client.
So being awarded Labour and Employment Lawyer of the Year was, well, a huge surprise. I actually thought there might have been a mistake, but immensely gratifying. I know though that it's not actually about me, it's about the incredible team.
Happy birthday, CM Murray!
Happy birthday, CM Murray!
Happy birthday, CM Murray.
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 Happy birthday, CM Murray.